Welcome back to Mr. English. Today we are diving headfirst into one of the most frustrating, high-stress, and universal challenges for English learners, the bad connection phone call.
Liam, are you there? I can barely hear you. You're breaking up.
Exactly. That's the real-life nightmare. Learners, you dread this, don't you? You're trying to communicate, but the sound quality is terrible, words are missing, and panic starts to set in. Today, we're giving you the ultimate phone English survival guide.
This is a genius topic, Liam. Every learner has experienced that sinking feeling of trying to understand someone through a wall of static.
And it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. We're going to break down the essential phrases, the underlying grammar, and the English fluency hacks that will allow you to confidently navigate any phone call, even when the connection is terrible. Mia, you'll be on the receiving end of my terrible, garbled call. Ready to conquer the crackle?
Ready to make sure our listeners never say, "What did you say?" again.
Hi, Mia. I was just calling to confirm the meeting for Thursday at 3.
Liam, I'm really sorry, but I can barely hear you. You're breaking up quite badly.
Stop. You're breaking up quite badly. That's the perfect, most natural phrase. But why breaking up?
That's a crucial phrasal verb, Liam. Grammar principle. Phrasal verbs in phone English. Phrasal verbs are incredibly common in everyday spoken English, especially for phone communication. Break up means the signal is intermittent, causing parts of the conversation to be lost. Breaking up, in active voice, is the most common and direct way to say the connection is bad. It uses the present continuous because it's happening right now. Why not passive? While you could say the connection is broken, it sounds too formal and suggests the connection is completely dead, not just intermittent. We use the active voice here to describe the ongoing problem.
What if I want to ask them if they can hear me?
Great question. You would ask, "Can you hear me clearly?" Or, "Am I coming through okay?" Coming through is another excellent phrasal verb, meaning being heard clearly.
Yeah, the meeting for the project. We need to finalize the budget before tomorrow.
I heard meeting and budget, but the middle part was completely lost. Could you possibly repeat that last sentence for me?
Stop. Could you possibly repeat that last sentence for me? That's a fantastic, polite request. Let's break down the key elements. Grammar principle. Polite requests with could and possibly. Could you? As we discussed in our restaurant episode, could is a modal verb that makes a request much more polite than can. It implies a gentle inquiry about their ability, not a demand. Possibly. This is an adverb of possibility. Adding it makes the request even softer and more considerate, acknowledging that repeating might be an inconvenience. It subtly shifts the focus on their potential difficulty, making your request less direct. What if it's just one word I missed?
You'd say, "Sorry, I missed that last word. Could you say it again?" Or, "What was that last word?" If you didn't hear any of the sentence, you could say, "I didn't catch any of that. Could you say that again, please?" Catch is another great natural verb for to hear and understand. It's an idiom for auditory comprehension.
Okay, I'm moving to a better spot. Can you hear me now?
No, I still can't hear you. It sounds like you're cutting in and out.
Stop. Cutting in and out. That's very specific. Why use that phrase?
Cutting in and out means that parts of your speech are completely missing, like a piece of string that's been snipped. It's a more descriptive way of saying breaking up when the problem is very severe. Grammar principle. Descriptive phrasal verbs. Using specific phrasal verbs like cutting in and out or fading in and out paints a clearer picture of the problem than just saying bad connection. Fading in and out describes a volume issue where the voice gets quieter and louder. Cutting out describes parts of the speech being completely absent.
What if there's a delay?
Then you'd say, There's a bit of a delay on the line, or you're a bit delayed. This describes the timing issue.
Is this any better? I'm standing by the window.
It's still not great, Liam. I'm really struggling to understand you. Perhaps it would be better if I called you back in a few minutes?
Stop. Perhaps it would be better if I called you back in a few minutes. That is a perfect phrase for suggesting a solution and taking control politely. Grammar principle. Conditional clauses for suggestions. The structure, perhaps it would be better if I, uses a conditional clause, specifically the second conditional structure, in a polite, hypothetical way to offer a solution without telling the other person what to do. Perhaps, an adverb of possibility, again, softening the suggestion. It would be better if I. This sets up a hypothetical, polite suggestion. I called you back. This uses the phrasal verb, call back, to return a phone call and takes the initiative. What if I want them to call me back?
You'd say, would you mind calling me back? I think that might clear up the line. Again, would you mind plus gerund is your go-to polite request.
Okay, so just to confirm, the meeting is on Thursday at 3. I'll send the budget tomorrow.
Got it. Thursday at 3, and you'll send the budget tomorrow. Thanks for bearing with me, Liam.
Stop. Thanks for bearing with me. That's a fantastic polite closing. What does it mean?
Bearing with me is an idiom that means being patient with me during a difficult situation. It acknowledges their effort and patience, which is a very polite way to end a challenging call.
Grammar principle. Phrasal verbs and idioms for professionalism. Using specific idioms like bearing with me shows a high level of English fluency and cultural understanding. And you can then say, I'll talk to you later, or let's catch up soon to end the call on a positive note. All right, learners, let's recap the essential phone English phrases and grammar rules you need to master to survive any bad connection call. 1. Reporting the problem, phrasal verbs. You're breaking up, intermittent signal. You're cutting in and out, words are missing. You're fading in and out, volume issue. There's a delay on the line, timing issue. 2. Asking for repetition, polite modal verbs and adverbs. Could you possibly repeat that? I didn't catch that. Can you say it again? What was that last word? Sentence. If you didn't hear any of the sentence, you could say, I didn't catch any of that. Could you say that again, please? 3. Suggesting solutions, conditional clauses and phrasal verbs. Perhaps it would be better if I called you back. Would you mind calling me back? 4. Ending politely, idioms. Thanks for bearing with me.
Remember, the key to conquering the bad connection is to be proactive and use polite, specific language. Don't just suffer in silence. You have the tools now to take control of the conversation.
Your homework is to practice this dialogue with a friend. Create a simulated bad connection and run through these phrases. Focus on using a different phrasal verb to describe the problem each time. Thank you for joining us today. Practice these hacks and you will never dread a bad connection call again.
Bye, everyone. Stay connected.
See ya.